In an unexpected turn of events, Carlos Alcaraz has once again captured the world's attention just days after the conclusion of the Six Kings Slam final. The Spanish star, currently ranked world #1, has confirmed that he will lead Team Spain in the upcoming Davis Cup Final 8, scheduled to take place in Bologna from November 19th to 23rd. The confirmation came directly from Captain David Ferrer, signaling the return of Alcaraz to the national stage after missing earlier rounds due to a demanding tour schedule. For Spain, his comeback represents far more than a simple addition to the roster. It's a symbolic boost of morale and ambition for a nation dreaming of another Davis Cup triumph. However, the real surprise of the day didn't come from Alcaraz's announcement, but from Italy's camp. Jannik Sinner, world #2 and national icon, has officially withdrawn from the competition. The unexpected decision sent shockwaves through the tennis world, reshaping the entire competitive outlook of the tournament. Sinner, who had been the cornerstone of Italy's past 2 Davis Cup victories, remained unbeaten in those campaigns and was largely responsible for his country's recent dominance. His withdrawal, attributed to physical fatigue and a congested schedule, dramatically changes the balance of power. With the Italian ace out, Spain suddenly emerges as one of the strongest contenders for the title, alongside Germany, led by world #3 Alexander Zverev. After missing Spain's previous matchups against Switzerland and Denmark, Alcaraz arrives in Bologna with renewed hunger and determination. His 2025 season has already been historic, 8 titles, including 2 Grand Slam championships, cementing his reputation as one of the sport's most complete and dominant players. Now his focus shifts toward lifting Spain back to the top of world tennis. David Ferrer, himself a former world-class player and now captain of the national team, praised Alcaraz's influence and leadership, calling him a difference-maker whose presence instantly raises the team's chances. "It's always an honor to have the world #1 representing your country," Ferrer noted. "When he's part of the lineup, you start every tie with a certain level of confidence because he almost guarantees you 1 point." The captain also highlighted that the second singles position remains open, as the final choice will depend on the physical and mental condition of the players at the end of a long season. "Some players finish stronger than others, and that will determine who takes that role," Ferrer explained. As for the location, competing in Italy doesn't intimidate the Spanish team. Ferrer expressed confidence that the crowd in Bologna will be fair, especially during the quarterfinals against the Czech Republic, where the atmosphere is expected to be relatively neutral. Only if Spain meets Italy later in the tournament would the situation change, but even then, Ferrer believes his players are experienced enough to handle any environment. "Unless we face Italy, the crowd will probably stay neutral. And even if we do, this team is used to playing under pressure," he said. The captain even suggested that Alcaraz's charisma might sway part of the Italian crowd to Spain's side. Carlos has a unique presence. Even in rival countries, fans admire him. I wouldn't be surprised if some local spectators end up cheering for him instead. Meanwhile, Jannik Sinner's name continues to make headlines after his dominant victory over Alcaraz in the Six Kings Slam final, where he won 6-2, 6-4 to successfully defend his title. Following the match, the Italian defended the concept of exhibition tournaments, insisting that they serve an important purpose for the sport despite criticism from traditionalists. "Events like the Six Kings Slam allow fans to see the best players in a different setting," Sinner explained. "They're not part of the ATP calendar, but they showcase tennis at the highest level and bring excitement to audiences around the world." Since its creation in 2024, the Six Kings Slam has stood out for its record-breaking prize money, offering a staggering $6 million to the winner, the richest single prize in tennis history, even surpassing Grand Slam payouts. For Sinner, who won the title for the second consecutive year, the road to victory required only 3 wins, but against elite opponents such as Novak Djokovic, Taylor Fritz, Alexander Zverev, and Alcaraz himself. However, the event has reignited the ongoing debate surrounding the overloaded ATP calendar. Top players have increasingly voiced concerns about the relentless schedule, arguing that the combination of mandatory tournaments and international travel leaves little time for recovery. The issue gained new attention after Holger Rune suffered an Achilles tendon injury during the Stockholm Open, prompting fellow professionals Jack Draper and Taylor Fritz to publicly urge the ATP to reconsider the structure of the tour to protect players' health. Despite these ongoing discussions, the focus now turns toward Bologna, where the Davis Cup promises to deliver another thrilling chapter in modern tennis. With Sinner sidelined, Zverev leading a dangerous German squad, and Alcaraz returning to represent his country with fire in his eyes, the stage is set for an electrifying finale. Spain, reinvigorated by the presence of its superstar, once again dreams of lifting the Davis Cup trophy. And this time, with Carlos Alcaraz at the helm, those dreams might just come true. Four-time Grand Slam champion Jannik Sinner stood firm in his defense of exhibition tournaments, arguing that these events play a crucial role in expanding tennis's global reach and attracting new audiences across different regions. "The sport we already have is extraordinary," the world number 2 remarked, his tone confident yet reflective. "We've got incredible tournaments on every continent, massive fan bases, and world-class competition. But can it be improved? Absolutely. That's why we're here." Sinner emphasized that events like the Six Kings Slam aren't meant to replace traditional competitions, but rather to complement them by bringing the game closer to fans, especially children and newcomers who might not experience the sport's biggest stages firsthand. "These fan-centered events are essential," he continued. "We're not just here for the prize money or prestige. There are several reasons behind it, and it's no secret. If there's a way to make tennis more exciting and more accessible, then why wouldn't we do it?" Interestingly, Sinner's remarks come amid growing criticism of the already overcrowded ATP calendar, which many argue puts excessive physical strain on top players. Yet despite voicing concerns about the relentless schedule, several of those same athletes, including Taylor Fritz and even Carlos Alcaraz, have willingly taken part in exhibition matches throughout the year, adding extra travel and match play to their demanding routines. When asked about this apparent contradiction, Carlos Alcaraz, the world number 1, offered a clear distinction between the intensity of official tournaments and the relaxed nature of exhibitions. "When I see people complaining about us playing exhibitions, I honestly don't understand it," Alcaraz said. "These events aren't mentally exhausting in the same way that long tournaments are. When you're playing a Masters 1000 or a Grand Slam that lasts 2 or even 3 weeks, it's completely different. Those events drain you physically, mentally, and emotionally. Exhibitions, on the other hand, are about fun, connection, and keeping that competitive spark alive without the same pressure." Their most recent encounter came in the Six Kings Slam 2025 final, where Sinner once again overcame Alcaraz in straight sets, 6-2, 6-4, repeating his triumph from the 2024 edition. Although the event is technically an exhibition held in Saudi Arabia, it carries staggering financial stakes. Sinner took home a $6 million winner's prize, the highest payout in tennis history, surpassing even Grand Slam rewards. It was Sinner's second victory over Alcaraz in 2025, a season where the two young titans have crossed paths numerous times, often in the closing stages of major finals. Their rivalry has become one of the sport's defining narratives. Both athletes have admitted that their repeated battles push each other to train harder, improve, and innovate. After losing to Alcaraz in the Roland Garros final, Sinner went on to claim Wimbledon in a remarkable display of resilience. In response, Alcaraz, defeated at the All England Club, intensified his training, tailoring entire sessions around finding answers to Sinner's game. The result came a few months later, when he gained revenge by defeating the Italian at the US Open. "We've spent days studying what to adjust," Sinner admitted after his win in Riyadh. "That's what keeps this rivalry so alive, its constant evolution." Yet beyond the fierce competition, the two stars share a relationship that transcends the boundaries of sport. Both have openly spoken about their mutual respect and friendship, something rarely seen among top-tier rivals. "People think it's impossible to be friends with someone you're always trying to beat," Alcaraz said with a smile. "But we've proven that it's not. We talk more often than most people realize. Off the court, we're good friends, and it's great that we can keep that balance." Sinner echoed those sentiments. "We don't need to be enemies off the court," he replied. "When we compete, we give everything, we fight for every point, but once the match ends, it's done. We shake hands, we respect each other, and everything goes back to normal." Their friendly exchanges often spill over onto social media, where both players show their camaraderie in public. After winning the Six Kings Slam, Sinner posted a simple thank you message to fans, to which Alcaraz replied playfully, "Nice one, Jannik. Next time, golf, skiing, and karting. Haha." Following his loss in Riyadh, Alcaraz also took a moment to share a heartfelt message about his rival, publicly congratulating Sinner and praising his consistency and professionalism. The post quickly gained traction among fans, who celebrated the sportsmanship and maturity shown by both athletes. Their relationship, part rivalry, part brotherhood, has become a symbol of the new generation of tennis, defined not only by talent and competitiveness, but by mutual respect, humility, and shared passion for the sport. Together, Alcaraz and Sinner are not just shaping the future of tennis, they are redefining what it means to compete at the highest level, proving that rivalry and friendship can coexist at the heart of greatness. Unforced errors proved costly for Carlos Alcaraz, who ultimately fell in straight sets to a completely dominant and unrelenting Jannik Sinner. The Italian's extraordinary calmness and precision from the baseline dictated every exchange, leaving the Spaniard struggling to impose his rhythm. With surgical accuracy and near-perfect shot selection, the world number 2 captured the 2025 Six Kings Slam title with style and confidence. Although Alcaraz tried to change tactics in the second set, experimenting with more net approaches and heavier forehands, nothing seemed to disrupt Sinner's control. The Italian's consistency, patience, and flawless serving created a performance that looked nearly untouchable. As Alcaraz later admitted during the trophy ceremony in Saudi Arabia, when Jannik plays at this level, it's always a challenge. Today, he was simply too good. Everyone watching got to enjoy incredible tennis. It was a very high standard. The Spaniard continued with admirable honesty and humor. He played great today. He didn't allow me to find my rhythm at any point. He told me he's been improving his serve, and I could definitely see that. I didn't have a single break point, which is unusual for me. When he serves like that, it becomes almost impossible to read him. I couldn't find the answers. It adds so much pressure, especially when you're facing someone who returns as well as he does. Alcaraz even managed to joke about the situation, smiling as he said, "Do I like it when he plays like that? Not really. Sometimes it feels like he's playing table tennis out there. It's that fast. It's not much fun being on the receiving end." Still, he acknowledged that competing against Sinner always pushes him to work harder. When he reaches that incredible level, it motivates me to go back, train harder, and give 100%. It's like solving a puzzle. It can be frustrating, but it drives me to improve. Off the court, Alcaraz emphasized that his connection with Sinner extends far beyond their rivalry. I've sent him messages to congratulate him several times. We have a special bond, a friendship that exists outside of tennis, even though people might assume it's impossible between two players who are constantly competing for the same titles. But we've shown that it is possible. We actually talk much more often than people think. Reflecting on the remainder of the season, Alcaraz discussed his goals and challenges ahead. There are still a few indoor tournaments left, and I'm trying to adapt. Honestly, it's not my strongest surface, but I'm working hard to improve. The #1 ranking is still on the line, so I'll give everything until the end of the year. For Sinner, the rivalry with Alcaraz holds deep personal meaning. I think about it a lot, he admitted. The world #2 described his long-running battle with Alcaraz as a powerful source of motivation. To describe my performance today, I'd use just one word: impressive. Even though this is technically an exhibition tournament, I wanted to give my best. I didn't relax for a second. Defending my title here means a lot to me. Sinner also took a moment to praise his rival. It's always a pleasure to share the court with Carlos. His team works so hard all season, and they keep winning huge titles. So I have to thank him. At least today, he let me have one, he said with a grin. We come here because we love this atmosphere. The crowd, the energy, the organization, everything is amazing. When asked about the rivalry, Sinner spoke with genuine respect. Every time I train, I think about what I can improve for the next time we play each other. That's what great players do. They inspire you to grow. For me, it's Carlos who pushes me the most. We've met so many times this season, and yes, he's beaten me quite a few times too. But that's part of it. Facing him makes me a better player. You need rivals like that. And beyond the matches, you need friendships like ours. We have something special. He continued, we've shared tough losses and great wins, and that's what makes this rivalry beautiful. We're part of a new generation, and I think we're showing fans that competitiveness doesn't have to mean hostility. I'm proud of what we both represent. Sinner concluded that reclaiming the #1 ranking this year would be nearly impossible, but he expressed joy at finishing the season playing in front of home fans. I love playing indoors, and closing the year with tournaments in Italy feels special. After the Six Kings Slam final, both players embraced warmly at the net, a symbolic moment that perfectly captured their relationship. Sinner walked away with the $6 million Champions Prize, one of the largest in tennis history, but the hug they shared seemed to hold more value than any financial reward. The Italian from San Candido and the Spaniard from El Palmar have become the faces of a new tennis era, two rivals who embody both passion and respect. It had been a physically demanding season for both, and signs of fatigue were evident in Riyadh. Alcaraz still appeared to be managing the aftereffects of an ankle sprain from Tokyo, while Sinner himself had withdrawn from Shanghai weeks earlier due to cramps. Yet despite the exhaustion, both displayed their characteristic good spirits after the match, laughing and chatting as if nothing had changed. They may be each other's fiercest competitors, constantly battling for supremacy at the top of the sport, but off the court, they continue to demonstrate the true essence of sportsmanship, a rivalry built on admiration, mutual growth, and genuine friendship.